Right, we're on. So, thought I'd do a little bit of a field review of the Sigma 300 to 600 f4 lens that I use with my Sony A1ii. It's on my back at the moment. Well, the camera and the lens are on my back. I'm just in a local hide here, so I thought I'd do a field review. It's not going to be an in-depth technical review or anything like that. Just a review of how it actually performs in the field, and at the end of the video I'll share some images if I get some nice photos from today. What kind of species am I after today? Well, I'm looking for particularly a marsh harrier, kingfisher, woodpeckers, and then whatever else appears after that. So it's just going to be kind of an honest overview of the lens, how it works with the Sony A1 Mark II, and we'll take it from there. I'll cover everything that I can in terms of things that you need to know, but it's not going to be in-depth technical, but everything you need to know in terms of what I can do, what I can't do, limitations, that type of thing. So let's get into the hide and get the lens and camera out, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so we're just coming up to the hide now. So it's a pretty misty, overcast morning for July, and of course I'm walking past some white throats and stuff when I don't have my camera out, but that's always the way. But yeah, let's get in and see if we can find what we're actually looking for. Okay, so just got settled into the hide. Camera and lens are out, obviously. No marsh harrier so far, but kingfisher just arrived. I got about 20 minutes with it, going from one perch to the next, which was great. Got some really nice photos and video. I'm going to put them at the end of this video so you can see what you can do with this particular lens. So the first thing to say out of the gates is that it's heavy. Okay, so I've seen a lot of people complaining or moaning about the weight. Look guys, if you're looking to buy a lens that's giving you 300 f4, 400 f4, 500 f4, 600 f4, it's not going to be light. So it's heavy. Having said that, it is hand holdable, but you wouldn't want to be doing it as your daily routine. So, you know, you can walk around with it, but it's not designed really as a walk around lens. I can hand hold it, I can shoot, it's fine. But to be honest, I prefer using it with a monopod. So that's the first thing. It's heavy, but if you're buying a lens like this and you're surprised that it's heavy, more fool you. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, if you're buying it with Sony, my Sony A1ii has 30 FPS. With this particular lens, you can only do 15 FPS. However, because you've got pre-capture on this, if you set it up correctly, you can actually get up to 22 FPS, including the pre-capture. So, is that a deal breaker for me in terms of how I shoot? It would be nice to get the 30 frames per second, but I'm willing to make the compromise to drop down a few frames in order to get the f4 and the focal range from 600 to 500 to 400 to 300. So it's a little bit of a compromise, but for me it's worth it, as hopefully you'll see with some of the photos and the videos that I share with you later on. Sorry, I'm keeping an eye out as I speak because I'm hoping the marsh harrier comes in, and maybe the king comes back. So that's the other thing. So in terms of the FPS, the autofocus, perfect. Absolutely no complaints with the autofocus, both in video and in stills. It's like anything in wildlife. You're going to miss a couple here and there because of certain situations, but it's very, very, very high performing. So no complaints with the autofocus. It comes with a really cool carry case, which I'll show you now in a second. So in terms of carrying it around, what Sigma provide you as part of the package is very good. So stick around to look at that because it's important that you see that, I think. The only thing I would say that I don't like, to be very honest, is now I haven't got it on this morning, but the lens hood for this lens is very big, understandably, but I wish they would make them more, more conducive to travel. So I also purchased the Zemlin lens cap. So I think this just makes it a little bit more elegant rather than the kind of the stereotypical telezoom, super telezoom, leather or fabric lens hood cover. I don't like them. So this lens cap is brilliant. So again, I'm not sponsored or any association with Zemlin, but Zemlin make great stuff for that. So I recommend if you're getting this lens to get this lens cap. But the lens hood and cover aren't the best, but that's the same whether it's a Sony Super Telephoto or any other brand. They're all the same type. So I'm actually going to get a Zemlin hood, which is a lot shorter and a lot more compact. That'll be easier and lighter for travel as well. It comes with I'll show you now if I can show you this, a clickable inbuilt foot, which is brilliant. So it's really, really clever design. So that is a really big plus as well. So that's a very, very handy feature. And as I said, like, it's heavy, but I can handhold this no problem if I need to. I'm not going to hold it for 2 or 3 minutes like this at a time. But if I need to get a couple of shots, bang, 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 it's absolutely handholdable. But again, it's something you would need to practice on and get used to. So I'm going to stop it there for a second, take a bit of a breather, see if this Marsh Harrier comes in, and then I'm going to show you the carry case, and then I'm going to pop up some examples of what I've got with the Kingfisher this morning. Okay, so just finished here. So unfortunately, no Marsh Harrier, but at least I got some good photos of the Kingfisher and some good video. So I'm going to share those right after this little piece. I've packed up the camera and the lens into the carry case or the carry bag that Sigma provides. So the good thing about this bag is that it fits the camera, I'll show you now, and the body together. So hopefully you can see there that the body and the camera attached, they can be transported together like that, which is good. Now this case or this carry bag measures 22 inches with the camera attached to the body, so it's slightly over the restrictions of height in terms of carry-on luggage for airlines. So it's about an inch or half an inch over, which mightn't be a big deal. So you might get away with that with most airlines. However, if they're being stingy with you, if you take the body off and put it to the side here and use the padding that the Sigma guys give you, you can actually press the top of the bag down, and it's well within 21 inches. So you would be within the carry-on restriction sizing. The width and the length aren't any issue, or sorry, the width and the depth aren't the issue. It's the height. So in my opinion, it would qualify for carry-on luggage quite easily. And as I said, if you had any problems, you could always detach the body, put the body on the side here, and then just pad it up with the pads that the Sigma guys give you. Zip it back up, and then that compresses the bag a bit more, gives it a little less height. So that's really it. So that's just a quick overview of the lens and what you get from Sigma. Stick around for a couple of minutes and you'll see some of the photos from today. And if you have any questions about the lens, drop them in the comments below. I'll be happy to give you some honest answers if I know what the answers are. Talk to you on the next one.